here, but the national championship in the women's golf will come to an end today. Okay. Auburn snuck in there in the last spot. Unfortunately, Florida State was just a little too far back after 3 rounds and missed making the cut to the top 8 to move on to the match play. Congratulations, though, to a former guest of the show, Lottie Woad. She finished second in the NCAA Individual National Championship. So what a year for Lottie. Wins the Augusta National Women's Amateur, was a finalist for the Annika Award, and now has finished second in the national championship.
Nice.
A girl from Texas A&M won that thing. David, you may have a poll question.
I might have a poll question.
It's got to be Jay approved.
Exactly. And this might be Jay approved.
Yeah, let's go.
Would you rather fight 10 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck?
10 duck-sized horses.
10 duck-sized horses? Oh, man. Could you imagine a duck that's the size of a horse?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, nah, I'm good.
Say that one more time.
Would you rather fight 10 duck-sized horses
Okay.
or 1 horse-sized duck? So a huge duck or little horses that...
I don't know. Some of those mallards can get decent size. I mean, you got 10. What type of horses are these? Are these Clydesdales? Or are they thoroughbreds? Or are they what?
Fillies.
Fillies.
I got a joke. 3 ducks walk into a bar.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right. What kind of ducks are they?
Yellow?
Yellow duck.
Have you ever seen a yellow duck in the wild?
Yeah.
I think it's the babies,
The
right?
baby ducks, yep.
Yeah. It's just funny that like the
yeah.
stereotypical duck when it comes to the not animal is yellow.
Someone put one of them Jeep ducks on my truck.
Ooh.
Yep. So I put it on the dashboard. Said, you know what? I identify as the Jeep
That's
sometimes.
it. You just show up at the jam. Be like, what? I got a duck.
You got ducked without a cheek.
It was consensual.
Oh, okay. I got you.
The other party involved in the situation got ducked and then felt the reciprocity needed to be given back to David as far as the ducking
nice
is
word.
concerned. I'm surprised I was able to get reciprocity out there.
I don't even know. What does that mean?
Reciprocity?
What is that?
Reciprocate.
Yeah.
Give back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Now you're on my level.
We just had to dial it back to a couple different before we conjugated the word.
Right.
We needed
Did
to.
you say what? I'm confused.
That's when you take. Anyway, back to the NCAA national championship. Yes, that's every day of our lives. Oh yeah. So you had the top 8 teams after 4 rounds of stroke play make a move there and make it to the match play portion of the NCAA national championship. And today, since they played 2 yesterday, today will be the championship. And I know it's going to be 2 California teams. But recapping the quarterfinals, we did have the Auburn Tigers, LSU Tigers, and Texas A&M, 3 SEC teams that had made it to that top 8. LSU beat Oregon 3-2 in the quarterfinals. Again, when they switch after the 4 rounds, it goes to match play, which is a lot of fun. Even though Texas A&M had the individual national champion, they lost 3-0 in the quarterfinal match to UCLA. Texas A&M got bounced, and then Auburn also lost 3-0 to Stanford, and then USC, Southern Cal, beat Clemson 3-1 in the quarterfinals. They moved on to the semifinals right there that afternoon, played 36 holes yesterday. UCLA took down the Oregon Ducks 3-1 with the main match being a 7-5 victory there. So got a little lopsided. Stanford also beat Southern Cal 3-1. I don't know if you saw, I know you didn't, but they just opened this golf course. What does a brand new golf course typically have?
It's hard and firm.
Hard and firm. Bingo.
Yeah.
That is the answer I was looking for. Golf carts, grass, cart paths, landscaping.
All acceptable.
Yeah, all acceptable answers, but that was the answer I was looking for, because it does take a little while when you resurface or build a brand new golf course for those greens the soil has to get, you have to have many aerifications. You got to do a lot of top dressing to soften that soil, but you could see it. I mean, it was firm. It was fast. That ball was hitting it and just bouncing. So tough conditions out there. But today, if you want to watch a little national championship golf, you've got Stanford versus UCLA. UCLA getting going later on this afternoon. I believe 2:15 our time, 12:15 out there. You've got 5 matches underway. Obviously, the first one to win 3 matches is your national champion. Stanford's the number 1 seed. UCLA has made it in as the number 6 seed there. I believe the men get underway this weekend. We'll update you on that later in the week, and then we'll keep you updated on that goes. As I know, Florida State, the men's side, and Auburn on the men's side are trying to make a run into that one. So we'll see what happens. But congratulations to Lottie Woad, 2nd place individual.
That's great.
Heck of a year. She's going to have I think she's going to have a good professional career too.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think?
I think so. I mean, she's FSU, go Noles.
Yeah. Go Noles. There you go.
How about that chick that's won like 6 out of 7?
Nelly Korda.
Nelly Korda,
Yep.
yeah.
I snuck that in there on Monday.
Yeah, you did.
She's kind of been overshadowed a little bit because of the whole Scotty Scheffler situation.
Right.
But yeah, 6 out of her last 7. One of
Maybe
those
she
was a
should-
major as well.
Maybe she should try getting arrested.
Hey? Yeah, then you end up having a bad day. One of them anyway.
One of them.
And I don't know if you didn't, but Nick Bosa had a quote at OTAs yesterday. And he said to a reporter, he said, Brock Purdy reminds me a lot like Scotty Scheffler, talking about their mentality. And he's like, except for that one thing.
Oh, man.
So that was yeah, throwing. I don't know if that's throwing shade.
I don't think it
or
is.
just
I'm
being topical. But yeah, no, it was pretty funny. But OTAs, yes, are underway. Did you do a tip of the week yesterday?
I did not.
Do you want to do one today or you want to do one tomorrow? I'm giving you the option.
Yeah, let's go tip Thursday.
All right. You're always, if you get an option to push it or do it, I feel like you're always pushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta push.
You shut it down. You shut it down. You're good. You're good.
Thank you.
But yeah, we got Keith Fleming coming up at the top of the hour. The softball action is getting underway, I think a little bit later on this week as well, but your NCAA baseball action, the conference tournaments are underway, and I know the SEC first round matches were played, or games were played yesterday, and today you've got a lot of games, some of them underway as we speak, but Georgia lost to LSU yesterday in the first round, so LSU should be playing Kentucky as we speak. That game actually may be over. Alabama lost to South Carolina yesterday, so Arkansas will play South Carolina after the LSU-Kentucky game. Vandy beat Florida 6-3. They move on to play Tennessee later on this afternoon. Tennessee is the number 1 seed in the SEC tournament. And then you've got Mississippi State played, looks like Ole Miss yesterday. And Mississippi State, I want to say, walked it off last night. I think I saw that somewhere. Walk-off home run or something along those lines to move on to play tonight against Texas A&M. We'll keep you posted throughout the SEC tournament as it'll culminate on Sunday with the champion getting an automatic bid into the NCAA regional tournament. I don't know if you guys saw this and want to get your thoughts on it. Double first base, and I saw this story prior to it starting. Don't know if you all talked about it yesterday or not, but double first base to be utilized for the 2024 SEC tournament. And what that is, Jay, they've got a green base just to the right of the first base, with the whole point trying to avoid contact. So I kind of want to get your thoughts on that. But, the purpose of the double first base is to reduce collisions between the defense and the batter runner at first base. It has been utilized in a number of SEC non-conference contests this season. Guidelines for using the double first base as prescribed under the NCAA rules. A batted ball hitting or bounding over the white portion of the bag is a fair ball. A batted ball bounding over the green or orange, whatever they're using, is a foul ball. So that's still, your foul line still makes it done. When the play initially being made, the batter running at first base, the defense must use the white section of the double base, and the batter must use the green or orange section in case of a dropped third strike. After a dropped third strike, the fielder is drawn to the side of the colored base. The runner would go to the white base and the fielder to the colored base. On a dropped third strike, the fielder and the batter runner may touch either the white or colored base. That's a little confusing.
Yeah, I don't.
It
like
goes
that
on to
aspect
say
of
a lot, and I didn't really read too much other than they were using it, and I thought it was just black and white, where the batter used the green one and the white bag was for the thing.
Well, and it's primarily for balls hit to the infield. So this is something that's employed in softball. And if you don't hit the orange bag on a play that's at first base, they'll give you a warning sometimes, but a lot of the times they'll call you out just for, and it's a safety thing.
Yeah.
So I'm not the biggest fan of it, but anything that's, in the name of safety, I get it. And so, the rules should be followed. But I don't like that whole third
drop strike thing. Yeah, then you got
now the fielder's going to the green base, you're going to the white base. Like, if it's going to get confusing like that, let's just play with the same color bases.
That's crazy.
I didn't really know first base collisions were that big of an issue either.
No.
A lot of it. I don't know what the rate is or anything like that, but there is, that tendency of your, colliding. Just even sometimes the first baseman will step off a little bit, right, to make a readjustment on the ball and takes his foot off the bag, and then the runner comes in and he's, they hit the bag at the same time. And you see it in basketball a lot now where if the shooter lands on the defender's foot, that's a foul. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it makes sense. I'm not surprised. I don't like it.
Okay.
I don't like it. I'm not surprised to see it because a lot of these things, like, dude, we've been playing runner on second base, ghost runner on second base in extra innings in softball for a while now. So it's just like whatever's happening at the recreational softball level
it's going
in
up.
like 4 to 5 years, just get ready for it. It'll be at the highest level of baseball.
At some point, though, they got to not, because you're going to push too far and then it's going to hurt the integrity of the game. But we are at the top of the hour. We got to take our break. When we get back, we'll be joined by Keith Fleming for just one segment this week as we're going to talk a little PGA Championship and then the upcoming Charles Schwab Challenge. You're listening to The Inside Drive. We'll be back in just a moment.
We've moved. ESPN Northwest Florida offices are now on the beach. Our doors are always open and we still love visitors. Come see the new ESPN Northwest Florida radio studio and offices at 204 Suite B Ellen Lane on Panama City Beach. We can't wait to see you. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your weather forecast from ESPN Northwest Florida on this Wednesday. Sunny this afternoon and evening with a wind at 11 miles per hour coming out of the south and a high of 84. Tonight, look for slight fog and partly cloudy skies with a temperature near 73. Tomorrow, a high around 84 and slight fog in the morning followed by mostly sunshine. This weather forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for listening to ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hey there, business owners. Do you feel lost in a sea of numbers, struggling to navigate your day-to-day accounting? At Lighthouse CPAs, they specialize in guiding businesses to make more money and keep more of what you make. From bookkeeping to tax planning, they've got you covered. Plus, with their user-friendly software, managing your finances has never been easier. Spend less time on paperwork and more time growing your business. Call Lighthouse CPAs 850-785-5254.
It's time to pick your path and go big and go bold from Bill Bird Kia. You can drive away in a brand new 2024 Telluride from Bill Bird Kia. The 2024 Telluride protects what matters, and it's built for the long haul. Its technology will connect with confidence, and its upscale, all-around rugged look will take you on to the next adventure. The road is yours. Bill Bird Kia, the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us today at 2435 East 15th Street or BillBirdKia.com.
WGSX Lynn Haven WVLQ Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
And that's out of the ballpark.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The locals love it.
You're gonna love this. You are my favorite. It's my favorite.
Everybody's favorite. The Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey. Live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios. On ESPN Northwest Florida.
Sky rockets in flight. Afternoon delight.
And welcome back. You're listening to The Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida, 104.3 in Panama City Beach, 101.9 in Port St. Joe along the beautiful Forgotten Coast. You can watch, listen, comment, have fun, share, all that good stuff. ESPN Northwest Florida, Facebook, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, or YouTube. Just search ESPN Northwest Florida. Download our free mobile app. Where, Jay?
The Google Play or Apple Store.
I didn't know if he's paying attention.
Yep.
It was on fire there. You gotta type in 104.3 though before you put ESPN Northwest Florida, or it'll be a little bit tougher to find. So we appreciate all of our listeners. I'll talk about Bill Kramer, GM, and Kramer Marine Outdoor here in just a little bit. But before we get to Keith Fleming, you want to be listening right before our 12:40 break. If you are wanting to go to an Atlanta Braves game this Memorial Day coming up, you need to be tuned in and you need to be the 10th caller, because we're giving away a family pack of 4 tickets to head up there to the beautiful Truist Park there right at the Battery. Again, that is going to be right as we go out of our 12:20 segment. We'll come back in with the 10th caller and we'll talk to you for a little bit and hopefully give you some Brave tickets. But we are on the heels or the end of a wild PGA Championship, and now we got just another golf tournament coming up, Jay. But we've got our favorite golf expert on the line. That's our good friend, Mr. Keith Fleming. Keith, how are you on this fine Wednesday afternoon?
Doing well, guys. How about yourself?
Oh, we're doing fantastic. I've been gone for one day, and it feels like I've been gone for a week. Settled back in, though, so we're doing all right.
I thought Jay did a pretty good job yesterday without you, though.
Keith, I'm surprised.
That's a positive comment.
That is a positive comment. So
Yeah,
give me
I'm
the
always
3
positive
reasons
about
why.
you.
Give me 3 reasons why. Is that Tracy Chapman?
I don't
It
know.
was a lot. The main one is just the fact that I thought it was going to be a mess in the best sense, because, again, you're the one kind of putting together with the experience of the two on the show. But I thought you guys did a great job. I was able to catch about an hour, 15 minutes of it and really enjoyed it.
What it shows me is that how Jay is, it's not something he does just for me, which I'm kind of a little upset about. It's just how he is. It's how he lives his life. What is it? You got to, get busy living.
There you
He's going to
go.
get away with what he can get away with.
Yeah.
I think it's more.
I feel like Jay gets away with a lot more than other people do.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. They give you a little more leeway.
Yeah, I could probably see that.
Anyway, we are on the heels here of the PGA Championship. And Keith, before we jump into it, I wanted to give you one because I wanted to get your thoughts on this. We've talked a lot about the PGA. Obviously, we're talking about PGA Tour and PGA of America, 2 different things. But the PGA Championship was just absolutely dominated by the players. The 2004 PGA Championship had the lowest score to par in PGA Championship history. Not only in PGA Championship history, Jay, but by over 250 shots to par. The next closest was back in 1995, and this is the entire field, what they shot for the entire week. They were plus 40. 2018, they were plus 59. This year, minus 214 to par. What do y'all think about that?
That par's 66 now.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean...
I think that there's 2 potential reasons, and I keep going back and forth. One is something we've talked about, that what did Major League Baseball do, right, when there was some trouble with baseball? You had the strike, ratings were down. They juiced the ball, right, and home runs got attention. You could maybe say that the PGA Tour, having lost all this talent to live, is purposely making the golf courses easier because the scoring has been kind of absurd this year. If you look at it, just going back, minus 29 won the Century, 17 under the Sony, 29 the MX, 17 won Pebble, and that was in 3 rounds. A bunch of other events over 20, the Valero, CJ Cup, PGA Championship, even the Players Championship. But the other thing is maybe these guys are just that good, and that the equipment and, this was a 7,600-yard golf course. I understand it rained, and it softened things up.
It's still 7,600 yards at a 71.
7,600, yes.
It doesn't even feel like we're playing golf courses that are that long when you're like, I remember 10 years ago, maybe even a little bit longer, like, you're starting to see the Whistling Straits of the world and some of these 74, 7,500 yard golf courses, and they felt long. Now they're longer than they've ever been, but they don't feel long when you're watching the golf tournament. You got guys like Bryson DeChambeau hitting 8 irons from 221 or whatever it was. Come on.
Well, in this under par thing, this is just another tournament, in my opinion. I mean, back in the day, 20 years ago, they would finish at even par, and they struggled with it, and it wasn't just another tournament.
Yeah.
And I'm with Ryan, though. I like to see them kind of struggle a little bit, and I want it to, like I said, it just seems like just another week or another tournament, and I don't like it.
Except for Scotty being arrested. But
oh, yeah, that's true.
Other than that, yeah, it's pretty much the same.
Well, I would argue, though, you look at the top of the leaderboard, it was mostly the best players in the world there. So,
oh, yeah. No, I agree.
I mean, the biggest storyline to me about all the Scheffler mess is, did this cost him another major? Because I feel like this venue obviously set up well for him. We saw that with him shooting 4 under, basically having not played a competitive round in 5 weeks. And then even more remarkable what he did on Friday after being arrested. It was no surprise, especially without his caddy, Ted Scott, that he struggled so much Saturday. And, even I think Scheffler admitted that it took 24 hours for everything to really hit him.
Yeah.
And that makes a lot of sense considering he ended up still playing, right? So it would have been different if all that would have happened and he wouldn't have played that day, if it had been after the round. But because all that happened so early in the morning, and then it was like probably just rushed to get to the course for him to actually compete and play, I don't think everything really hit him probably until after that round was finished on Friday.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about that on Monday. We had a guest in, Laura Hanlon. She's an avid golfer as well and watched the PGA Championship. But yeah, we were talking about that. It's like, he's rushing. He goes out and plays. He finishes his round. And then I think that night when he gets out of everything, then you really, just running on adrenaline, trying to be done with the day. But then it settles in. Now you realize what's actually transpired, and you got to get up and go play golf again. And not having your comfort guy, Ted Scott, your caddy with you. I mean, if there was one round of golf, more so than any other round this entire year so far, it would have been that round where you need that comfortability on the bag. I'll flip it, and we threw a little another wrinkle out there, Keith, and this is just wild conspiracy theory stuff. But what? I know Jay Monahan's not involved with the PGA of America, but what if some of these PGA Tour guys, some of these higher up guys, we've had so much news, Jimmy Dunn leaving, people saying Rory, the whole drama with that. What if we say this is they go to Scotty Scheffler and say, hey, man, we're going to arrest you Friday morning. I know it's going to throw you off your routine, but are you up for it? He's like, yeah, I don't really care about winning another major. Let's do this. Let's get some more attention on the PGA. Let's make me look like a badass. And, they bring him in. They make this whole huge scene. There's no body cameras footage.